So, I was working on a video previously. It's rendering now, and I was looking for console gamers that are hardcore fanboys. You know, the guys who just say utterly ridiculous shit. And one of them was John Kill 3D. I just needed an icon, right, for the video. But I made the mistake of watching one of John Kill 3D's videos. On one hand, I regret it. On the other hand, I'm glad, because this shit is funny. So to show you just how warped the mindset of a console gamer fanboy is, not only did he buy Star Wars Battlefront 2, he's also defending this piece of shit, saying that everyone who criticized it, you're pretty much a hater and you spread lies and misnomers. Great. Let's get through this, shall we? Because I'm interested to hear what someone genuinely thinks that is a console gamer and a bit of a fanboy that supports these companies that use mischievous, misguided, misleading, and completely and utterly disgusting diversionary tactics to manipulate you into buying microtransactions. I'm sure he'll use the excuse you don't have to buy them.
What's up, guys? I'm just gonna get into this. I don't care because I know I'm gonna get a bunch of flack. I always get flack for even just doing regular gameplay videos because nobody has better things to do with their lives than just to come give me flack. But
have you ever thought that maybe the reason why people give you flack has something to do with you? I don't know, it's just a thought process. It's like the same excuse chicks have when they can't seem to find a guy that likes, every guy I date cheats on me and does this and this and that to me. And it's like, well, maybe it's time you figured out what the fuck is wrong with you. Or B, maybe your taste in men is a fucking issue. I don't know. Maybe some inner soul searching could help you. Nah, it's not him and it's not them. It's the rest of the world. Goddamn haters.
This is about Star Wars Battlefront 2. I've seen a ton of reviews for the game, and all I gotta say is these people don't know Star Wars, don't know how to review Star Wars, they don't even know how to review games, period.
That is debatable, my good man, because I played the beta for this game. After 5 hours, I became very lethargic, in fact, slightly sickened by it. And if you're gonna tell me I don't know Star Wars, then I welcome the rebuttal, because it'll be one of the most foolish mistakes you've ever made in your life. I will do you the courtesy of adding a few photos of my past Star Wars props. These are all sourced by me. Each piece is accurate to the film or has movie lineage to the original movie molds. Also, many of the pieces used in Star Wars were taken from World War II stuff, believe it or not. Vader wears East German officer Nazi boots. The mesh and the A&H belt boxes. This is actually a trade secret in the prop community. I shouldn't tell you, but it comes from this like German machine called a Telefunker or something like that. Yeah. So I just let out a really big secret there. Who cares anymore, right? I mean, what else is there? I could go on verbatim about the light switches on Darth Vader's belt box, the chest box, but I'm not going to. And I'm not quite sure what the hell those metal rods are in his chest box. Some people speculate it's like TV antennas from the 50s and 60s, but it couldn't possibly be. Well, let's continue on.
Okay? They're letting controversies dominate a game that's actually, yes, a game that is being damaged by shady practices and fucked up shit. But like I did, I removed all that from the reviews and I looked past that to see the game behind the bullshit.
Someone has a perfect quote on his page to completely roast this dude. He goes, well, if you ignore the taste, the smell, the color, and the consistency, then shit is pretty decent food. That's your whole argument. God, you know you gotta fucking suck when your own community turns on you like vipers. I mean, really. How do you come up with that? If you ignore EA's devious business practices, the fact that EA was launching the game with superheroes priced way insane, 60,000 points to unlock Vader. And later on in the video he gets into this, but let's do it now. He later on talks about how, oh, I had a day off from work and I was able to unlock this, and this. And it's like, yeah, because all the prices were reduced by 75% by the time your ass got the game. The people who pre-ordered it were the ones who were a testament to how shitty it was. Also, on top of that, if you do a little digging, the review samples actually had the prices that people are seeing now. That's how fucked it was. So reviewers, when they were reviewing Star Wars Battlefront 2, actually had a version where the prices were the 75% less thing. Like the heroes were 15,000 credits or something like that for reviewers. So they had no idea when they were reviewing the game that when it was about to launch, it was going to jump up to 60,000 credits. So this asshole doesn't know that, because why would he? That will require a bit more searching than going to IGN and GameSpot. But, you know, I digress. Let's move on. Let's give him his chance to say something ridiculous.
And I'm going to stand by what I said about Battlefront 2. Okay? I will fucking stand by it. By telling you that the people who are reviewing the story, let's get into that right now.
I see why Rags ripped this guy a new asshole a year ago.
Nobody knows how to review this story. They're reviewing the
Oh my god, could he have fucking audio quality that doesn't cut out every second? Jesus Christ.
story mode, yes, but when you're reviewing the story and telling the story of Iden Versio, they're saying, oh, she's not a compelling character, this, that, and the third, then you're clearly too much of a dumb fuck to go read the Infernal Squadron book.
That probably came out to support the new character for the game. I mean, let's be real here, dude. Let's not sit here and rub any nuts. Because Disney annexed all the canon Star Wars stuff before. All the books, all the graphic novels, everything that actually had good stories that, God forbid, Disney and all of its wisdom actually went and used that as source material for new movies. Shit that people would have actually wanted to see. I'm not going to, because I'll trash my fucking room in a fit of fury. And then I'll masturbate furiously to my favorite pornography later on in the day to relieve myself.
Okay? When I reviewed this game, I counted the story of Iden Versio. I didn't give a fuck about the game's length.
Yeah, the story that was written by a guy who worked at IGN. And now all of a sudden he's a science fiction writer. And I was listening to Giant Bomb.
It's like bad. It's like fan fiction. It's like they wrote a story. It's like they tried to write a story that was like, oh, every other level, you're going to intersect with a major character from the Star Wars universe.
So everybody's here,
and the gang's all here.
Sounds like a fighting game story.
Like it like kind of seems that way, where it's just like, oh, why am I here? Oh, what lightsaber man, you're here? Oh, I guess we're friends now.
Ben
oh wait,
Quadraro.
we're friends now. What?
You want a pod race with me?
It's okay. It feels like you know, actually, I mean, yeah, like how the Mortal Kombat X story felt like the new kids interacting with like the universe of Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah,
this feels a little bit like that, where it's like you're like
they're trying to sort of bridge the gap.
Yeah, it's like here are these two characters just getting a crash course in Star Wars, and it's just like, I don't know, go find Han Solo, and you're like, all right, and you finish the
I got bad news.
Well, hey, where this game is set, that's okay. They also feels like that they built this campaign, or so anytime you finish a chapter that has one of those characters in it, you get a crate that it contains an item to equip on that character.
Right.
Because they let you play as some of those characters through the course of the campaign as well.
For the single player story.
Yes, for the single player
These
story.
are not multiplayer crates.
No, they are multiplayer crates. Yeah, definitely. Because you know, it's like, oh, now I have an item that I can equip on Han Solo, but I don't have enough credits to unlock Han Solo yet because the progression in this game is a gigantic fucking mess.
So they give you like, you know,
they give you items for characters that you don't have unlocked yet.
And you play those characters in the single player campaign sometimes, but you can't fully unlock them for multiplayer use.
Exactly. Like, who wrote this? A douchebag. Two of them, actually. And one of the douchebags thinks Anita Sarkeesian is a hero. So right then and there, I have no... that just kills that motherfucker's credibility for me. That's like somebody telling me about, I don't know, liberty and justice, and then going and looking at me and going dead serious and saying Hitler did nothing wrong. It's like, okay, everything he said means nothing. I'm out. He didn't care about the game's length. So, great. Fantastic. You know, so the fact that it's a tacked on story to sort of appease the people who complained at the first game, don't pay attention to how long the tacked on story is. Pay attention to how great is this dude doing this shit just to be controversial?
I counted the story of Iden Versio, which was a 12-hour audio book added to, guess what? The time frame on this game.
You know, this motherfucker just yelled at people about being pussies and too stupid and ignorant to read the book, and meanwhile he didn't read the book himself. He got an audio book. You listen to an audio book. Listen, I like audiobooks too, but you don't catch me mouthing off at motherfuckers about fucking books that I myself didn't bother to sit my jackass down and read. The fuck is wrong with you? God, you should have kept that to yourself. But he's so dim. He tells on himself.
The campaign wise, yes, if you're playing it on the pussy easy setting.
How would you know what setting anyone's playing this game on?
It's only 3 to 4 to possibly 5 hours. Guess what? How about you be a fucking man and have some balls and play the game on the real difficulty levels? The game will span you close to 8 to 10 hours. Okay?
I didn't know being a man was playing a military shooter. I always thought being a man would have been, you know, entailing to actually be in the military. I mean, I wasn't in the military, but I tried. I was rejected for the Marines. But point being, nothing says manly like playing a military shooter. Be a man and play it on hard or extreme. So that way, the game's length grows exponentially because you'll die from cheap super AI headshots. Yeah! Faggot. Learn how to play a game.
Maybe 11 to 12, how many times you die and have to keep doing things over. But
that is not gameplay right there. Purposefully jacking up the game to make it more difficult so that you die repeatedly doesn't expand the story at all. That just makes your trial and error longer. Holy God. If you graduated high school, dude, I'm fucking worried about the future.
yes, that's how you gotta play it. If you play the game on easy and you were on an easier, your opinion is mute and invalid. It doesn't even count because you're not reviewing it properly. Okay? That's number fucking 1. 2, they're bitching about the progression system with the saying it's tied to the loot boxes. Let's see here. I have a buddy called Mr. Racer who did the research.
If he's your friend, I'm sure he's as credible as you are.
Can even confirm whenever because he will comment in this section of this video and he will tell you himself, guess what? You don't need to use the loot boxes to get the upgrades you need. You can actually do it by playing the game. Okay? By playing the fucking game and leveling up. Like, really. Here's an example.
You have to play for a long time to level up and get those points, because it's been proven if you bother to check out Reddit, read the post, and then look at reviews, and instead of getting mad that they trash Star Wars because for some ungodly reason you're liking what the fuck's going on right now, you'd realize that the point system is the same. It's not based on how good you are as a player. It's based on time spent in the game, you dipshit. Holy fuck!
First day I got the game. You know, my day off, I played it all day. Huh, I guess it didn't take me an X amount of hours to unlock all the heroes, because just in the day I unlocked all the heroes.
You know, there's some people who don't have all day to game, right, Junior? You know, there's some people who get a day off, and they don't really have a day off. You know, they get the day off, and then they're dealing with a woman yapping in their ears. Hey, what need you do with the dog? I need you to take me here to go home. Your mom. You know, and then, like, your fucking mother calls you. I need you to go to your aunt's house and to fix her fucking computer because it isn't working. And then before you know it, your day's already half pissed away. Then you want to play a game. You've only got 2 hours before some other bullshit happens. Or there's a bill you got to pay, or some animal broke fucking something, or somebody's yelling at you about your phone conversations. Before you know it, you don't have a whole day to dedicate to fucking EA Star Wars Battlefront and their time-based XP system. And I'm trying not to call you a dick weasel. My God.
And they're almost maxed out. Alright? Seriously, they're almost maxed out. And it's funny how, without even using purple tier star cards on players, I can beat the players who have those paid to win supposed mechanics, who decided to, because this is what they need to be labeled as. If you use microtransactions, if you're a player that uses microtransactions to get a boost, you're a pussy. You're just a plain out pussy gamer. Now,
you heard it here. John killed 3D Gaming. Obviously the greatest gamer of all time, the coolest dude ever, and his opinions are fantastic. From what I gather about this man, I surmise that he can't really handle criticism unless someone makes a video about him. You're a pussy if you use microtransactions. Here's what I think. I think microtransactions suck. No doubt about it. I know a lot of people that buy microtransactions, pay for them. I think they're supporting a shitty fucking industry. On the other hand, it's their fucking money to do what the fuck they want. And let's face it, in all honesty, for God fucking sakes, as much as I hate microtransactions and shit, I have to play the devil's advocate for this video because I don't want to agree with him on anything. I don't want to call anybody a pussy gamer for using microtransactions at all. Like, no. Really? Like, I'm not going to go that fucking far. I mean, when you think about it, let's look at life. If you had the money to upgrade your life, would you not do it? And the answer is yes, you would. His whole argument is almost like this. I bet this motherfucker walks in the rain to go to work and it's raining, and he sees somebody in a fucking Ford, Shelby Mustang 2018, decked out to the nines, halo halogen bulbs, cruising down the fucking street, and this motherfucker sits there and goes, you're a pussy for buying that great car, you son of a bitch. You're a pussy lifer. I mean, really. If given the opportunity to do what the fuck you want and you had disposable income, people do this. That's what happens. Fuck, you could make your own dinner, or you could take your ass to a restaurant and have someone make the dinner for you. Technically, that's a microtransaction. From a certain point of view, as motherfucking Obi-Wan Kenobi said to Luke Skywalker when Luke was like, Obi-Wan, you didn't tell me Darth Vader was my father. Well, Darth Vader kills your father from a certain point of view. I mean, fuck. That's a little extreme. But he's such a hardcore, awesome gamer. He would know better. I mean, let me tell you, John Kill 3D. If you were so fucking badass, you wouldn't be making shitty-ass YouTube videos. You'd be an esports star cocksucker.
If you use the microtransactions, go into the game.
I don't mean to, hurl insults at him, but when I get fired up, I let shit fly.
And you start getting your ass kicked with all those upgrades, you're no longer just a pussy. You're a terrible gamer, and you suck at the fucking game.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point of microtransactions. I think the whole point of microtransactions is to give people who suck an edge. It just sucks when people who are good that also have money can afford the microtransactions. So not only are they raping your ass normally, but they got the extra edge. I mean, what do you expect? If someone's paying for microtransactions, odds are they're not good at the game. It goes hand in fucking hand. Do you know how many guys I've known working in guitar shops? These guys will walk in, dude, I'm telling you, they'd have fucking Gibson guitars from like the 1950s. The shit's like $30,000. The dude's holding a $30,000 fucking guitar. He can barely play Smoke on the Water. And your heart wants to jump out of your chest and explode. You're like, I can't take it. I can't fucking take it. That's how the world works. Usually the people who have money for the microtransactions are the best shit. Spent their time busting their ass to make the money, or being born rich, whatever the fuck, so they could do shit like this in their free time. Because for them, this is free time. I'm bored. I wish I had better star cards. Let me pull out my Visa and pay for 100 loot boxes. Cause I can. I'm a doctor, bitch. Or dentist, whatever the fuck. My daddy's rich, the case may be. Just fucking saying.
Clearly just legitimately suck and have no skills and want to bash it based on you sucking at the game.
Wait, what? So now he's saying the people that paid for microtransactions are bashing the game? That has to be one of the dumbest arguments I've ever heard. Like, if anything, the people who pay for microtransactions in the game probably liked it on some level because they were willing to pay for microtransactions. I could not picture anyone paying for microtransactions for a game they fucking hated. That makes no sense.
Plain and simple. These reviewers are critiquing the wrong things. They're letting controversy and anger overtake them. They're basically giving into the dark side, so to speak.
You are a moron. You'd never be a Jedi. I'm sorry, if you had any force sensitivity, they wouldn't even bother with you, the Jedi Council. This one. Very confused, is he? Drop lightsaber on own foot. Burnt off his own toes. Never walk same. My horrible fucking Yoda. But seriously, the reviewers at least had enough credibility to point out all the inadequacies of the game. You just don't fucking pick and choose the things you like. That's what we call a biased review. What you're doing right here is a biased review, my friend. You're ignoring all the bad elements of the game, so you could focus on the things you do like. That's what bias is. You're such a numbnut. It's scary.
Where I went into this game, yes, with a clear and level head. I ignored all the controversy. The way I reviewed the game, I reviewed it purely and with honesty.
Look how this guy is like tearing through everybody in the video, constantly picking Jedi characters. Yeah, they're not OP in the game, are they? Because he's having fun and he's the one getting to use the overpowered character. Therefore, it's fair.
All you have to do is ignore all the controversy when you buy the game. Just ignore it, because if you ignore it, it won't hamper your experience with the game, because the multiplayer is solid. It's a vast improvement over the 2015 version, okay?
No. 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 No, it isn't. From a technological standpoint, from a sound standpoint, from a visual standpoint, yes, it is a vast improvement. From a gameplay standpoint, from a content standpoint, this is a huge step backwards. Once again, we have the typical modern gamer whose mindset is based solely on, ooh, it looks pretty and it sounds good. That means it is good. I'm glad you enjoy the graphics and the look and the style. I'm glad you enjoy the game, even though it is vastly flawed. Also, your intellectual take of this whole situation is nothing short of childish, biased, and pathetic. I once felt sorry for this guy because, like, Rags ripped him a new asshole, but you know what? He deserved it. After watching this and then watching the video that Rags ripped him an asshole for, you see what you're dealing with here. You're dealing with a guy who just, I don't even know how to explain him because he doesn't make any fucking sense. He doesn't. Oh my god. Oh.
The class system is great.
The class system's great. No, it's okay at best. We went from something totally stupid and broken in the first game to them actually putting it to the way it should have been, and it's still not even what it should be, in my personal opinion, for today's standards as a shooter. Really? Like, my god. The fact that, like, your abilities are locked behind star cards and shit. Why the fuck can't you just customize your loadout like fucking Battlefield 3, 4, and all the other fucking Battlefield games? Like, why? Why? Because microtransactions needed to be put into this game. The whole game was built around microtransactions. But you'd rather pretend that this isn't an issue. You'd rather have your own ridiculous closed-off point of view. I mean, I liked the Star Wars beta up until I really got to know it. Maybe it's because you've only been playing it for a few days, you're sitting here starry-eyed surprised over this shit. Maybe because you didn't play the original games when they came out. Because I have a feeling you're not old enough to have really remembered them. But they were badass. There's no vehicles in this shit. Unless you get a certain point system, then you can get a vehicle. Why the fuck aren't vehicles just fucking there? Fuck a point system, dude. Vehicles should be there in the game. There should be someone to repair the fucking vehicles. The engineer. There should be a medic class. There should be all sorts of shit. There should be an ability for characters to steal other guys. Like, you should be able to steal a TIE fighter. How come the space battles aren't like in the last Battlefield? You go, oh, this is way better. No, it's not. The space battles, you can get into a fight, get out the fucking jet, fight inside the what the hell is it, the Star Destroyer, destroy some shit on it, get off, boom, your team fucking wins if you're badass enough to make this shit happen. No, it's not in this fucking thing. They might add it later on as DLC, which I think might be their move. Maybe it'll be their goodwill move. If they're smart, they do it. If there's somebody EA with a fucking brain, you better like sit there and go, okay, everything in Battlefront 2 from 2005, rip the shit off and put it in as DLC. Do it now before people burn us down. There's already a petition for people signing to get EA yanked away from the Star Wars IP. Do you know why? Because EA should be yanked away from it. Because they're money-grubbing, greedy sons of bitches that all they had to do was remake the Star Wars Battlefront 2 game and everyone would have called them heroes. But no. And all their misguided old men running shit like the fucking Imperial Senate, worried about their own power, their own money, their own wealth, didn't care what gamers wanted. They cared about what shareholders and investors wanted. And we have this steaming pile of shit that if you're smart, you won't support whatsoever. If you want to buy this game, at least wait till it's like, I don't know, bargain bin price. At least then, wait till it's like cheap as dirt, all the DLC's out. And then, you know, you're giving EA the least amount of money you possibly could if you want to play this game. Now, people like J-Tech just keep the fucking machine rolling and we'll never be free of it. And the sad thing is, he defends this piece of shit.
The amount of credits people say you supposedly earn is a fucking lie, because I could rack up credits so damn fast just within half of playing. Okay?
He just said a day and a half of playing, even though his sound went out. What part of people don't... The reason why you're racking up credits, genius, is because it's time-based, not skill-based. Come on, guy. Fucking A. Nobody's got half a fucking day to sit and play Star Wars Battlefront 2. There's a lot of people that just want to play the game that they remembered from their childhood and enjoy. Not people who have a day off from their part-time job at Arby's, you know, and have a day off where nobody's going to bother them to do some other shit. They don't have to repair a fucking radiator on a car, motherfucker. Nobody's got 12 hours to burn on Star Wars Battlefront, but people who've got nothing to do, like yourself. Maybe you should spend more time on your YouTube channel and get more subs.
Like, seriously. People are just looking on the next thing to jump on. I don't see people bitching about loot boxes in Overwatch.
Yeah, people do bitch about them, but Overwatch has such an overwhelming community of people who are just super positive about the game. And Overwatch is one of the most toxic pieces of shit I've ever played in my life. Also, I'm gonna give Overwatch this. Their fucking loot boxes only contain cosmetic bullshit and sprays. That's not what EA was doing, Junior. On top of that, Overwatch, if you spent $5 on Overwatch, you got 5 or 6 loot boxes. With EA, if you spent $5, you got 500 credits. If you were focusing on your trooper class, that only got you 2 loot boxes. Maybe 3 loot boxes if you got like only ship boxes and hero boxes. So once again, the money trading value there was bullshit.
And I haven't seen nobody really bitched about it in Call of Duty.
People bitch about Call of Duty. Where the fuck have you been, dude?
Why all of a sudden they want to target Star Wars? Probably because it's a popular name. And yes, I know EA has a terrible track record with this stuff and a history. But remember, just because one person does it, you don't just have to target that one fucking person. You need to target all the games that do it.
I guess, you know, Belgium investigating Overwatch and Star Wars must have went right over this dude's head. And the reason why Star Wars caught the most flack is because people didn't see this coming. A couple ignorant people, I'm sorry. Like when people sat there and said, oh my god, EA's putting out Star Wars, there's not going to be a season pass, oh my god. And I'm just like, they're going to do microtransactions. There's no way in God's green earth EA's going to give you shit without getting something out of your ass. They're going to get your blood, they're going to get your kidney, they're going to get your liver, they're going to get your wallet. EA's getting something. It's like dealing with the fucking video game mafia. You're gonna pay. Then they got in, they saw how fucked the whole thing was, and all their nostalgia flew out the window, and they got really upset because they were misguided, they were misled, they were tricked by EA. And of course, Star Wars is going to be a bigger thing. Star Wars is like, it's become a part of Americana now, Star Wars. Unfortunately, I liked it better when it was a nerdy thing, when only guys like me gave a shit. But now Star Wars is pretty much in the American lexicon. It's huge. It's international, honest to God. I mean, fuck, dude, what did you expect? Like, EA screwed the pooch here. They just should have put out a copy of the damn, like, they just should have ripped off Star Wars Battlefront 2005. They just should have did that. Should have made some free DLC, and they would have racked up money. They would have made their money, because people would have bought like 3 different versions of this shit, and they would have been seen as heroes. Hell no. They had to be greedy. They fucked themselves royally. They fucked themselves so bad, they fucked the entire gaming industry with microtransactions.
Don't pick and choose, because that makes you a fucking hypocrite. Alright? And that's the one thing I can't stand, is a fucking hypocrite.
The irony is strong here.
Because that's what the gaming communities are just relying on the next person to tell them what they should like or dislike. If you're gonna let critics decide your option on playing the game, then you're just truly fucking stupid and don't have a mind of yourself. Okay?
I love that sentence structure. You're truly fucking stupid and you don't have a mind of yourself.
I chose to buy the game on my own free will. Didn't pre-order it, but I bought it on my own free will, you know, to give it a fair...
He bought it on his own free will. You really shouldn't tell other people they're fucking stupid if you cannot even formulate a sentence. That is horrible. And that's coming from me.
Fair shot. Okay? I gave it a fair shot, and I reviewed this game better than the major reviewing channels. And I can say that with confidence.
Yeah, you really did. You have 64 fucking views. You knocked it out of the park, brother. I mean, this is a clear sign that you are a great reviewer. Your own community is chewing into your asshole.
Alright, because the rest of the major review channels, both like IGN, GameSpot, all those high level ones, versus all the mid-tier reviewers who do this for a living, still didn't review this game properly. It takes a Star Wars fan and someone with the knowledge of Star Wars.
Oh my fucking god. These are the new Star Wars fans. This is why I hate Star Wars now. You know, I grew up with Star Wars. I used to know the thread count for Darth Vader's cloak. Don't tell me about being a Star Wars fan. I used to screen cap when Star Wars went to Blu-ray for the first time, and I would study those screen caps because I was professionally painting Stormtrooper armor for other people, and I had to make sure I had my shit together. Go fuck yourself, kid. Fuck you and fuck the new Star Wars trilogies.
And games to review this properly, because right now, nobody's reviewing it properly.
Yes, only you, John Kill 3D, could save us all. You're the new hope. The midichlorians created you just like they created Anakin Skywalker. God, I also hated that last trilogy too.
The game is just fluctuating between likes, dislikes, Mortal Kombat, it's like the Sith and the Jedi are going at it in real life. But
I don't even know what that reference meant. I don't even know how the Sith and the Jedi got worked into it.
Anyway, I hope this video got through to some of you.
How is he a real Star Wars fan? Does he have any, objection to the recent Star Wars movies? Did he have any objection when Disney decided to kill off everything that came before Disney's interpretations of Star Wars and make them non-canon? Because the fact that they killed off Knights of the Old Republic as canon broke my fucking heart.
And for the ones who were just still gonna come and talk a bunch of shit, I don't give a damn what you do. Fuck y'all, alright? Go and play your bullshit other games that you support that probably do worse practices and ones you probably do pay to win for. I'm out, guys.
Truly brilliant. What a rebuttal. Give his video a like. Well, that was 8 minutes of cancer stretched out to 32 minutes of me watching this shit. What little sympathy I had for him has gone out the window. My god. It's like a mini DSP right here.